transition between any level there's going to be some adjustment. But the transition between middle school and high school, there's a lot more independence with organization, with those executive functioning skills, planning. In middle school, the teachers operate in teams and they're collaborating a lot. In high school, the teachers are all over the building and the student is going to go between all three levels and different wings of the building. And so they're going to have to be a little bit more independent. Okay, they're going to get lost a little bit the first couple weeks. That's going to happen. Okay, so it's not just about the logistics, but organizing their materials, staying on top of assignments. Okay. One of the biggest things is building the self-advocacy skills. You're there to support your child, we're here to support the students as well, but we also like to build those skills for students and encourage them to be the first ones to reach out to the teachers if there are concerns, to ask the questions, to learn how to write the emails and not just sit quietly in the background. So building the self-advocacy skills are things that we're really going to hit on in the 9th grade year so that by the time they're ready to exit, like we're about ready to exit our seniors, that they have those skills for college, career, or whatever their post-secondary pathway is. And one of the biggest things, my seniors have said this a lot, is maintaining an appropriate balance in their schedule. So just because we do offer, they can take all of these different classes, all these different advanced classes when they're older, doesn't mean necessarily that's the right decision for every student. We have to take into account all of their responsibilities at home, all of the things that your family is involved in, sports, clubs, activities, and balancing that and just having time for downtime, to be a kid, to enjoy, to connect with other people. Because there's a lot of natural stressors in the academic environment and thinking about what's ahead, the post-secondary world, college, career. Let's not add more by saying you have to take all these classes, you have to be involved in 150 clubs and be the president of them all, right? We want to make sure students are taking an appropriate balance and being involved in the things that they truly care about, and then those leadership skills will come a little bit more naturally if they're choosing their activities, if they're choosing their classes, and doing the things that are important to them.
And I just want to add one thing to that, because it is, again, having two kids here, do not let your kid, they're going to do it, but they should not be looking at the person next to them and seeing what they're doing and thinking that's the path for them. That is not going to be productive or lead you to happiness. Example, my son told me when we were coming here, I don't ever want to take an AP class. Well, guess what? You're going to get an incredible education here taking our on-level, non-college level classes, no problem. He comes to me last year into 10th grade, AP World History is on his course request. I looked at him, I said, excuse me? He goes, well, I'm a minister in history and stuff. No, he's not. I know his really, really, really bright friend who's probably going to take every AP the school offers, signed up for AP World History. So I said to him, well, okay, well, this is the expectation of this course, and this is what it's about, and this is what it looks like. Is this for you? And he looks at me, and he's like, no. I said, right. So he took the history of St. Louis, loved it, learned so much, talked about it all the time. We went to the St. Louis City game. He was talking about the meaning of the numbers and the houses that represented the area where there were homes where the city stadium is built, and all of these really incredible things that are meaningful that he really took something from. So I think that's really important. Our kids really get caught up in, well, I need to do what the person's next to me is doing. And we want our kids to be challenged and take the most appropriate classes for them. But I cannot stress that enough. I have so many seniors, I have to say, it doesn't matter if you took this class or that class. What is your passion? What do you want to do? How are you going to be successful? You are going to end up where you need to be if you work hard and you do what you're supposed to do. So that's the biggest thing I can stress to our kids, because it feels really competitive here sometimes. I'm just going to be very honest. It's an incredible place, but it can feel very competitive. And it's a great thing in many ways. It's a great school. It's a great district. We have incredible kids. But I think my son is an amazing human, and he hasn't taken one AP class, and he's doing very well. And guess what? I think he's going to be successful in life. So if your path is AP and many APs, good. That's amazing. But if it's not, you're also going to be successful. You are a valued member of our school community. We have a lot to offer. Like Ms. Chavez said, we have some of the most incredible artists here. The work our kids produce is professional quality. So I just want you to know you are all, and your children are all going to be special and valuable in very different ways, and it is just can't stress that enough, because I think that's so important for our kids to understand that as they walk in. You come in here and you take a traditional on-level course experience, you are probably getting one of the best educations in the area comparatively to any other school, whether it's an AP or not. So I just want to make that clear. Mr. Tarpey and I are not knocking APs, trust me. We have kids who are incredible and do amazing things in them. But just because it says AP, that doesn't mean it has to be on your schedule. That's all I'm saying. But we really, really appreciate you taking the time. I know it's a lot of information we're throwing at you. We are